I'm going to demonstrate how to analyze Freefall using Logger Pro and a pre-recorded video. So the first thing you want to do is insert your movie into Logger Pro, and you do that by going to the Insert menu and picking Movie. You then navigate to your movie. Mine happens to be on the desktop and it's called Perry Falls in High Def. I bring my movie into Logger Pro, and then I activate my movie tools down here that let me actually analyze the video. The first thing I want to do is click on the arrow tool so that I can safely double click on my movie to bring up different options. And what I'm going to do is correct this video because it's an HD video and it's got a different aspect ratio than older movies used to have. So anytime you're doing an HD video that has a different aspect ratio, you want to make sure you click on that correction tool. Okay, then it corrects it into the normal shape of a video. And then I want to go through my different tools. So the first thing I want to do is set a scale. You need to know some distance in your video. And in this case, I measured the distance from the inner part of one green pole to the inner part of the other, and it was 2.31 meters across. Okay, once I have my scale set up, I need to set an origin. You pick the object you're going to track, and I'm going to track the eyeball on Perry the Platypus. So I'm going to put my origin on the ground or close to the ground, lined up with Perry's eye. Okay, once I have my origin set up and I have my scale set up, I'm ready to add points. Before I do this, I'm going to toggle off the points, the origin, and the scale just so that I have a easy to view window. If you want, you can zoom in, and on an Apple computer you hold down the Apple, the option, and the plus, and that will zoom you in. You will not see my zoomed in video here, but I'm going to be zoomed in and I'm going to track Perry. Now before I track him, it's important to make sure that you move to the very first frame of motion. So I'm going to move forward to the point where Perry is released. Okay, and now I'm ready to track. So we want to put our cursor right on the object. For me, it's the center of Perry's eye. And then I click, and each time I click my mouse, it will advance one frame of video. And we'll just track them all the way toward the ground. And I'm not going to take too much time to do this. If you want better results, you should be a little more careful than what I'm being. Okay, and I just track all the way down. Again, you try and be as careful as you can. Try and get the object you're tracking right in the center of your crosshairs. In this case, we're doing Perry's eye. The more accurately you click, the more accurate your picture of motion, and the better your results will be in the end. Okay, I'm going to take them almost to the ground, but not quite. Okay, once I'm done tracking, I want to click on this arrow so I don't accidentally add stray points to my graph. I can then look at my graph. The blue dots represent his Y position over time, and the red dots represent his horizontal position versus time. You can see all the action was taking place vertically, and what we're going to do is switch over to Y velocity versus time. You can see it's a nearly linear graph. You highlight the portion of the graph that you want to analyze. You go to Analyze, Linear Fit, or you click on the Linear Fit button, and you want to get the slope of this graph. The slope of the graph will tell you the acceleration of the object as it fell. You're going to do this for Perry or for some other objects. You want to follow the same procedure, and you want to make sure you write down the slope of your graph for each of the objects that you track.